Did you know there's a difference between a sellable business or just having a job? So if we look at that, why did you start your business? Was it for the freedom, the wealth, and the independence it brings? And how do you feel now? Do you feel things are out of control? You're working longer hours and not being rewarded for it? Do you have even time to go on holiday? BNI is an international networking company, and you can visit any chapter in any country around the world and you will know exactly what the flow is of each meeting. You know what is expected at a meeting. Ivan Misner, the founder, has a lot on his plate. Not only BNI, he's got other businesses and he's a writer. And how's it possible that he can even go on holiday and manage all this? The reason is he has realized a very long time ago that being an entrepreneur, in other words, to build a sellable business and not just creating a job for himself, he needs to put systems in place. So as our businesses grow, we realize that we as the business owner becomes the bottleneck in the business. Because we don't have the time to perform every task anymore. In other words, we need to build systems to continue to grow. And the earlier we start, the easier it will be. A good system addresses a specific problem or issue in the business. It is automatic. This is a process or routine, and once created, does not require incentive, effort, or thought. So, in other words, a system is something that everybody knows the way things are getting done. So how do we create a system? You need to specify the result you're looking for. Then you need to identify all the steps and tasks, including the independent steps and tasks, in sequence. You can even draw a little flowchart for yourself. Write an objective for each task or step. The best is to start with a verb. In other words, complete the paperwork within 48 hours. Determine the role that is responsible for the task, not the person. Remember, the task is the constant and the role is the constant. The person might leave. Then determine a timeline for each task and then a framework for the overall system. Each task requires resources or quantities, and you need to identify those as well. What metric are you going to use to measure the performance of the system? And how are you going to keep track of the results? Remember, a metric is something that is very simple. Everybody needs to understand that. Every employee must know what is expected of them and how they can influence this metric. And our wording when we formalize this metric is very important. Think about the difference between reduce complaints down to 2 a month rather than have a 50% reduction per month. Also think about the positive actions that this metric needs to put in place. If you tell a bus driver all the routes need to be completed on time, what is the result of that? The bus driver will probably skip the traffic light or he will speed, and that does not encourage positive action. The tracked results tell us a story of where we are, where we're going, what went wrong, and when our target is reached. It's important to establish a standard for the system performance as well as for the employee responsible. So you can use cost or time for this standard. even a quantity. Then it's very important to document our system. We need to create a template so that we can refer back to that, and it's easy when somebody joins us in our company that you can give them a procedure already in place, a document procedure of what is needed. This result of this template can also be used as a management tool. After we've done all this work, we need to test our system. Ask yourself, does this system meet the objective? Any steps, resources missing? Does the metric make sense? Do the captured results provide meaningful information? And remember, every system needs to be reviewed and revised on a regular basis, because technology changes, customer needs changes, and our business is growing. In other words, systems is the building blocks of our business, and we need to take the effort and the time to develop systems, because that makes us profitable in the long term and sustainable. Stephen R. Covey said, "Our systems are perfectly designed to get the results that you are getting."